Hi, everyone. Welcome to our call tonight. I'm so excited to share a little bit about motivation. So I'm going to share my screen, move this over here, and click present. Okay, and present. All right. Erin, can you see the full screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so we are going to talk about how to stay motivated. I love this quote. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Zig Ziglar. So let's go. Grab a pen and a notebook if you want to take notes. So proud of everyone in January. So I just wanted to give a shout out. I made a little video on Instagram too. Um, so we had about 20 people in the group in January, and these are some of the biggest successes that I heard about. There are probably more successes, but so proud of everyone. So Diane lowered her A1C and cholesterol. Woo! So happy. Her doctor was so happy about that, and I was so happy. Caroline lost 3 more pounds. Way to go, Caroline. Brenda did amazing on her workouts. She crushed her workouts. Way to go. And Alicia did an awesome job tracking her food. Way to go. Teresa lifted heavier weights and she got 4 to 5 stars consistently. So, way to go, Teresa. Kristen checked in even when she was feeling frustrated with an injury. And that's tough to do because you don't feel like it, but she still checked in. So proud of you. Stephanie improved her step count even though she couldn't walk outside. So Stephanie works at the library and it's hard to get her steps in. And also, it's freezing in Michigan. So way to go, Stephanie. That's so awesome. And Tiffany did amazing on her trip to Canada while traveling. So awesome that you checked in and made the best choices that you could. And then Erin walked a lot on your trip, and Erin's here. So, way to go, Erin. So proud of you. I lost a few pounds from the holidays and improved my sleep. So proud of everyone. It was an amazing month and a great way to kick off 2026. So now we're going to talk about how to stay motivated long term. So a lot of times it's easy to like get motivated at the beginning of the year. We set our New Year's resolutions. And there's even a day called National Quitters Day, which is in the middle of January when most people quit their New Year's resolutions, but not us. So here's some tips. So here's some things to think about. Maybe think about on your own. Um, oh, no problem. If you can't make it, I'm getting some messages. If you can't make it, we're recording. So, what, when do you feel the most motivated? So, thinking about what time of day, what time of the week, being around certain people, during doing certain things, like how do you feel, or when do you feel the most motivated? So this is important to note because, like, for example, if you are meal planning and meal planning is hard for you, and you are meal planning at a time of day or time of the week when you're just like lower energy and you're not feeling as motivated, that's not the best time, right? So thinking of times when you feel the most motivated to take action with your goals. So also like taking action, doing a workout or eating a healthy food. There she is. Um, so yeah, but doing the things, taking action when you're feeling the most motivated, then you will be able to keep up that habit. Because yeah, it's just really hard if your energy's low, your motivation's low, and then you're trying to like plow through the healthy habit when you're not feeling as motivated. So making sure to do those things when your energy is high, when you're feeling the most drive and excitement. Okay, so on the flip side, thinking about when do you feel the least motivated? So, what time of the day do you feel the least motivated? What time of the week do you feel the least motivated? So, when you're around certain people, when you're doing certain things, I know I feel the most motivated in the morning. Even though I'm not really a morning person, I just feel more motivated in the morning to do things. And then I feel more motivated at the beginning of the week versus like on a Sunday. I feel like kind of tired and wanting to rest when I'm around certain people. So, when I'm around people that are talking about their goals and making plans, like I get excited when I'm around people that are saying, "Oh, I'm just hanging in there. Oh, I'm barely making it." I don't feel motivated, right? So thinking of what time of day, what time of week, being around those certain type of people, doing certain things. I know I feel super motivated when I'm in the mountains. I love being in the mountains, or outside in general. So as I was talking, and welcome, Diane. Great to see
Hi.
you. How are you?
Good.
Good. So glad you're here. Awesome. So yeah, while we are talking, like what when do you guys feel the most motivated? Like what time of day do you feel the most motivated?
I think for me, it's the morning. It's like if I don't get my workout done in the morning, it doesn't happen. That's when I want to do everything. And the afternoon, I'm tired. I don't, it's just like,
Yeah, for sure. I'm like that too. It's hard to get going in the afternoons for sure. Yeah, what about you, Erin? Is there a time of week that you feel more motivated?
Not necessarily, but yeah, I just get to do it in the morning before things get before you get doing other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Well, something to think about because, like I say, like you'll get the most, you can actually get more accomplished at your peak state, like when you're feeling the most energized or when you're feeling the most like motivated, you can get a lot more done in a shorter amount of time. Um, all right, so to stay motivated long term, we've got to remember our why. And so this is a good time to evaluate. We've passed the new year, we passed National Quitters Day. We're still here, we're still going. Is our why strong enough? Does our why keep us going even when we don't feel like it? So doing a check on that, you know, thinking about your why. So I know, my why is definitely like I want to be active long term. Like I want to be able to keep up with my kids and my grandkids. I want to have a good quality of life long term. And that's my current why. My why used to be like I wanted to get in shape after having my babies. I wanted to have energy to keep up with my day-to-day activities. But now I'm thinking more long term. So that keeps me going. Like that is absolutely like my why isn't just to like, wear my swimming suit this summer. Like it's longer. So thinking of your why, like do either of you want to share your why that has keeps you motivated?
um, well, for me, it's not keeping up with my grandchildren, being able to work and not be so tired, having more energy. Also health wise, when I go to the doctor, my all of my blood levels are good, and I'm not, going into old age being feeble or being sick. I don't want any of that. I want to be as every bit as strong as I was in my 40s. There's no reason why. So that's my goal.
Absolutely.
That's my why.
Absolutely. I love that, Diane. Yeah. And I loved getting your phone call. It was so exciting. Lowering your A1C and your cholesterol. So awesome. So awesome. That's great. Erin, do you want to share your why?
Yeah, I guess just kind of like you had a lot of belly fat from when I had kids and stuff and wanted that to go down, but now like just want to have a more healthy lifestyle and hopefully when I'm older not be in as much trouble.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you're looking amazing. Erin lives close by me. So, yeah, you're looking amazing and so proud. That's awesome. So, if you're watching the replay, we would love to know what is your why and is it strong enough? I think this is really important to think about often so that we can see if it's strong enough. Okay, so now we're going to talk about building systems so it's automatic. So building systems, I'm gonna click mute real quick. Building systems so it's automatic is like developing habits and routines. So it just becomes automatic. And then you don't really have to pull out the motivation. It just happens. Like So some things that you may do automatically, like you may brush your teeth automatically. I know I can't go out without brushing my teeth. You might make your bed, you might, you know, eat breakfast. Like these are some basic things that we do like automatically. So creating systems that feel like it's just an automatic habit, you just automatically do it, that will help you to reduce like the need to like feel like I'm not feeling motivated. But if you're not feeling it, then and you just automatically do it. So, thinking about habits that maybe aren't as strong, that you want to strengthen, you pick a habit that's really strong and then you stack onto that habit. So, it's called habit stacking. James Clear talks about this in the book Atomic Habits. And so you're adding a habit to a habit that's strong, you add a weak habit to it. So if there's something that you aren't as good at, thinking of how you can stack it to another habit. So for example, like if meal planning's not that great of a habit, then you could say, like, I like to meal plan on Sundays. So, like if there's like a favorite show that you always watch on Sundays, I know we like to watch a movie together on Sundays. So you would watch your show and then you would meal plan. So like if that's a habit that you automatically do, then you would do that after. Um, I know another thing, this isn't like a physical habit, but I was trying to read my scriptures more. I was trying to read the Bible and things like that. So I would brush my teeth and then I would read because it was like I automatically brushed my teeth, but I needed to read more. And so then that helped, get that habit. So thinking about a strong habit and then a weak habit that you can combine. All right, so celebrating your small wins and giving yourself a reward in February. I think it's so good. Like if you put your goal and then you put a reward, then it's motivating to reach that reward. So it could be like, getting a new shirt or getting some new clothes or going out to your favorite restaurant with your favorite friends. Just thinking of something you can do to reward yourself in February. Does anyone have any thoughts on this? Any rewards that you would want to give yourself?
Maybe a new pair of pants a size smaller if I can fit into them. That
Yeah.
could be a goal.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, so thinking about that, thinking of like what is something that you could reward yourself with. Um, I love rewarding myself with a massage. I like getting massages. But thinking of, yeah, something that is motivating. Okay, so now we want to think of like what is working. So I just wrote down a list of things like I know when I do these things, then I get results. So when I go to bed early, I'm able to wake up early. When I'm planning my meals on the weekends and getting my groceries delivered, then I'm able to track my food and stay more on track. When I'm walking throughout the day, I can get more steps in than sitting because I sit a lot at my desk job. Drinking water first, then protein. So what are some other things that are working for you that are going well? It could be like your workouts are going good or anything.
I think just being able to drink water every day. If I don't drink my water, my body feels funny. So it's like I've gotten trained to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. That's great. So drinking water, that's awesome. Awesome. So yeah, so thinking about what's working and then do that again. Like everything that was working in January, do that again in February. And then we say, what are our opportunities to improve? Like what is not working? So I know for me, logging my food after I eat it, I go over a lot. So logging my food before is an opportunity for me to improve. I was good at it, but then I kind of got laxed over the holidays. Um, what's not working is if I go to bed too late, then I wake up too late, then I don't get my workout in before I go to work. Trying to do everything perfect, then I feel like I can't sustain that. Doing too much, not enough downtime, not planning for the weekend. What are some other things that maybe you're like, oh, that didn't really work in January. I want to do better in February.
Just staying motivated to every single day plan my meals and stick to it. It's so hard. I just, oh, I can't stand it,
But
you
you're,
know?
yeah, you're doing better and better. So yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, staying motivated to plan your meals and with the planning the meals, making it automatic, just
Mhm.
making it like it's like a habit and then it just gets easy like your workouts. So yeah, that's good. Okay, so thinking of our vision for February, when we have a compelling future, it's easier to get through stressful situations. And it's easier to reach our goals when we have a compelling future. So, in January on our call, we talked about 6 areas of setting goals. And I like to do this with our kids and our family. So, we have the social, intellectual, health and wellness, spiritual, financial, and fun. So setting goals in different categories. It doesn't have to be these categories, but setting those goals so you have a vision of where you're going because every single beginning of the month can be like a new year. And I love doing this because you can look at your goal, you can set your goals, and then at the end of the month, you can say, did I reach my goal? What went well? What are my opportunities to improve? Um, and you can really see momentum. You can really see results in your life. And so, but it's really important to set those goals because we can either create our life or we can react to our life. And if we're just reacting to our life, then we look back and we're like, nothing happened. Like I didn't reach those goals. So really having that vision and that focus. Also, we've talked about this a little bit, but having our thoughts match our goals. So if we're thinking, oh, there's no way I'm going to reach this goal, like that thought is going to block us from reaching the goal. So having thoughts that match our goals. So thinking like, do my thoughts match my goals? Okay, we're in the clear. But making sure, because we're our worst, roadblock, right? Like we can stop us from reaching those goals. But if we say like everything is possible, everything is figure outable, we can do this, we have a vision, we have a plan, and we go for it. Okay, so then remembering your word for the year for 2026. We talked about this. I want to refresh because sometimes we say these things and then we forget about it. So here's some words. We talked about joy, growth, strength, resilient, unstoppable, courage, overcome, light, fly, love, unshakable, strength. So thinking about what pulls you forward, and is that word pulling you forward this year? So my word is light. Just being light in all areas of my life. And I feel like so far that's really pulling me because I want to be a light to others, and I also want to just be lighter and like, in life. And so that's pulling me forward. What about you guys? Did you pick a word for the year? And if so, is it pulling you forward?
Mhm. I would say maybe growth, just to keep my eyes on where I am now as opposed to where I was, and to motivate that even if I have like a bad day or a bad week, that's okay. I'm still ahead of where I was before I did any of this.
I love that. Yeah, growth is a good one. That was my word last year, growth. Yeah, because it really stretches us and helps us to move forward. Yeah, thanks for sharing. I love that. So, and if you're watching the replay, we'd love to know like your word for the year and if it's still pulling you forward. All right, so just to wrap it up, remember to be kind to yourself. Show yourself some love. Sometimes we just need rest and recharge time before we jump back in. It's not about a sprint, it's a marathon. It's a long distance, like we've talked about, setting our pace. Love yourself through the journey. And that's important, when we look at ourselves in the mirror, like are we our biggest cheerleader or are we our biggest critic? We want to be our biggest cheerleader, giving ourselves love. And yeah, and some days we might just not feel motivated, and that's okay. And that's part of the journey. And so showing ourselves some love and encouragement and just saying, okay, maybe I just need a little rest, maybe I need a little recharge time. I'm going to get back in tomorrow. And, we have those days when I've done it. I'm like just eating whatever, I don't care. And then I'm just, I'm not hard on myself. I'm just like, okay, that happened, move forward. I'm definitely not someone that's like this perfect person over here. So showing ourselves that love and encouragement. And so I'm really excited to announce our February challenge for our group. So you guys are here listening, and if you're listening to the replay, I would love to. I'm just going to be sharing it on the call. So you need to make sure to listen to the call to be a part of the challenge. But post your nutrition screenshot in the group and cheer everyone on. And the person that does this the most in February will get a prize. So I've done, like $25 gift cards. I've done like actual tangible prizes. I'm trying to decide what it's going to be for February, but I want to send one person in our group a prize. And I know nutrition, at least for me, and I know for several of us, is the biggest challenge. And so by focusing on that will help us grow and will help us get results, and then encouraging everyone along the way. So I'm definitely picking one, maybe two winners. But post your screenshot in the group and cheer everyone on. And then just keep going. This is a picture from our walking group from last summer. It was so fun. And Erin's come to the walking group too. And I know Diane would be there if she
Yeah.
didn't live in California.
Yes, yes, I
Yeah.
would.
But yeah, keep going, keep taking it one step at a time, one day at a time. Give yourself that love and encouragement, and like I say, like know what motivates you, know what's pulling you forward. When you have that strong why, that compelling vision, that where you're going, then it will pull you instead of feeling like you're like, oh, like trying so hard. So awesome. So that's it. Do you guys have any questions here live on the call, or if you're watching the replay? Nope. Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm just gonna close this out. Okay, well, thank you so much for being here. If you were here live or watching the replay, I appreciate you and I love cheering you on. Yeah, check out my Instagram post today. I got some pom-poms and I was cheering you all on. So proud of everyone. So have a great night and we will see you next time. Good night,
Okay,
everyone.
bye. Good
Bye.
night. Bye-bye.